why we don't feel loved by Krishna and how we can feel loved by Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudhiraye Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatiruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namah Namo Pankaja Nabhaya Namo Pankaja Maline Namo Pankaja Netraya Namaste Pankajangre Om Ajnanatirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Mishwaram Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Yonta pravishya mama vachamimam prasuptan sanjivayata kila shakti dhara swadhamna anyamscha hasta charana shravana tvagadin pranan namo bhagavate purushaya tubhyam katanchana smrute yasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet vismrute viparitam sya Shri Chaitanya namamitam. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for joining. I think it's morning for some of you. I see devotees from Dallas, Seattle. It's early morning there. And for devotees in Mumbai, India, it's evening. Thank you who have joined from all over. More than 10 devotees, 213 devotees are here. Koti Koti Dandavat. At the outset, I want to clarify, I'm totally unqualified. This is not a cliche. This is not some ritualistic saying. I was telling this to the ABC team day before yesterday. I feel totally unqualified, but I'm also having a strong desire to share my journals, which many times I'm unable to share in a conventional forum. But I write every day in the morning. And based on what I hear from other devotees and I reflect, I feel if I share, it may help me also revise and it will also help you. So like that, this community was started. And I want to remind all of you, our goal is three things: to improve our awareness. That means to help us separate ourselves from our mind. Second, to lead a more balanced life, which means to take care of our health, to take care of our emotions also, and also take care of our spiritual life. And most important, connection, which means to perceive a relationship with Krishna tangibly. And today's topic is going to be that, how to experience Krishna's love in our day-to-day life. And this triangle of awareness, balance, connection, inside the triangle is a golden two words. Please remember this always. These two words are prayer first. I'll repeat. Prayer first, which means if we want our relationship with Krishna, then we should make prayer as the first thing in our life. Because prayer is a language in which we communicate with Krishna. See, if you love your partner, if you love your family, you have a way of communicating. With Krishna, it's prayer. Money is second. Our relationship is second. Your job, your house, everything is second, third, fourth, fifth in your life. Prayer is first. Then you will be a devotee whole life. Prayer has to be first. If prayer is second, then we are not devotee. Prayer first is the mantra of this, which is the driving force of this triangle. You will see me repeat this all the time. Brilliant in basics, prayer first. And when we have a culture of prayer, when we communicate with Krishna, either through journaling or through chanting, we will feel loved by Krishna. However, one very important thing devotees have shared for many years is that Prabhu, secretly, many devotees have said this. Prabhu, I am a devotee for many years, but I don't feel loved by Krishna. So today we are going to discuss two things. Why we don't feel loved and how we can feel loved. All of you, I'm sure you have this question. Won't it be amazing if you get a reassurance from Krishna that, you are sincere? many devotees, they are telling me, Prabhuji, मैं bhakti कर रहा हूँ, but if you are serving your family, if you are serving your husband, wife, children, and every time you serve and you are doing so much for them, and you ask them, are you happy? And they're not saying anything. You will feel, अरे आप खुश है कि नहीं? अब कुछ बोलेंगे ही नहीं. If they don't tell you anything, you get upset. So we have a same problem with Krishna, because Krishna in the form of deity is smiling. We don't hear Krishna saying, you're doing fine. You're doing good. Chill, man. Relax. We want Krishna to say this. But maybe Krishna is already saying that. But we want Krishna to tell us you are doing fine. We want Krishna to say, I love you. You are good. And you know something? Krishna is actually telling us this very moment that he loves us. He loves you. Krishna is actually telling you right now. Like, I can see some names here. I can see Dharmaraj Prabhu. I can see Shivam. Imagine Krishna tells you, Shivam, I love you. Wow. You'll be like you are doing so much. There are grihasthas who tell me, Prabhuji, I'm doing so much for my family. But they never appreciate. They never say they are happy with me. I'm sure some of you must be feeling like that also. Material life is like that. मैं इतना कर रहा हूँ मेरे फैमिली के लिए, वो थैंक यू बोलते ही नहीं है. They are so unappreciative. कोई मेरा एहसान को मानता ही नहीं है. ठीक है. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is always wanting to tell you that he loves you, he is happy with you. But we are closed. So why we don't hear him? Because we don't hear Krishna telling us that he loves us. Because we are hearing the mind's harsh judgments. Mind is constantly passing extremely harsh judgment on you. Left, right, center, morning, afternoon, night. Every time, 7 days a week, 24 hours every day, 365 days a week. From your childhood, when you grew up, you heard your parents tell you, you are bad, you are not good, look at other children. So slowly you started internalizing it, and you said, this is the way I should also communicate with myself. So constantly judging yourself. Some years ago, I read one book. Here I can tell the name of the book and all the things I do, because this is not the temple Vyasasan. So in the airport, I got one book called Open, O-P-E-N. This was by a tennis player called Andre Agassi. Now, when I was not Hare Krishna devotee, I used to watch tennis, I used to play tennis. So I liked this Andre Agassi. So his autobiography was there. And I saw the book in the gift in the airport. And why I purchased it? Because the first line of the book shocked me. He begins the book by saying, I hate tennis. I hate tennis. I always hated tennis. And I felt, Arey, ये तो इतना बड़ा tennis player है. He is a very big champion. He has won 8 Grand Slam tournaments. He has won Olympic gold medal in tennis. And he's saying, I hate tennis. And he written a whole thick book on it. So, how this, it was very intriguing. When you see, if some devotee says, I hate Krishna consciousness. And he's a devotee for 50 years and he's blissful. You will think, aise kaise ho sakta hai? You will be intrigued, right? So I became curious. How he says, I hate tennis. So then I took the book. And what I read in the book completely amazed me. And I realized how this is how we also deal with our mind. So when he was a young boy, he didn't like tennis. His father forced him to play. So when he was 3-year-old, He would just keep hitting the ball for 6 hours, 7 hours, keep playing, keep playing. And naturally, he became good. If you are practicing so many hours every day, you will become good. But his father would only shout at him, "You are bad, you are rascal, you are, like that." And he was always getting chastised, but he would keep playing. And then he started playing tournaments. Naturally, he would win because he is the best. He's practicing so much, he will win. But his father would only keep shouting at him, chastising him so that he works hard and he becomes a champion. So one day what happened? One day in one match he lost. And when he lost, his father was not there. So when he lost, he started abusing himself. He started shouting galis at himself, very bad galis, and a lot of nonsense things he started. And then suddenly he said, the one sentence hit me very hard. He says, "Now I did not need my father to chastise me because now I had become my father." Do you get this? He says, "Now I don't need my father to scold me because now I have become my own father because I have internalized my father." So from childhood, we have been scolded by our family, by our elders. We have been made to feel inadequate. You are not good. So when we grow up, we also start judging ourselves. And when we come to Hare Krishna, also we start judging ourselves morning to night that I'm not good, I'm not good. So because of this harsh judgment which our mind is passing, Krishna is not passed. See, remember this 3-word phrase. Krishna's language is non-judgmental acceptance. Krishna accepts you without judging you. Non-judgmental acceptance is Krishna's love language. And mind's love language, mind's language is, you are bad, you are fallen, you are demon, you are wicked, you are rascal. Mind also speaks 3 words. You are rascal, you are bad, you are inadequate, you are not. Basically, so we are constantly hearing these judgments of the mind. So we can't hear Krishna saying, "I love you." So that's why we don't hear Krishna's reassurance in our heart. See, if you understand the why, how is very easy. How to feel loved by Krishna is not an important topic. Trust me when I say this. How to feel loved by Krishna is not important. You just understand why you don't feel loved. See, now we go deeper into this, why we don't feel loved. Because subconsciously, now there is consciousness and there is subconscious mind. I hope you all know this. Conscious is like, I'm thinking something and talking now. Subconscious is something that drives me. It's an idea, it's abstract, it's a wave in the consciousness, which they're rooted for many, many lifetimes. So in the subconsciously, we are convinced that Krishna is like me. We are convinced that Krishna is also always judging everybody because I am always judging others. See, when I say I mean you also. I'm just because I'm speaking from my journal, so I keep writing I. So whenever I say I don't think अरे प्रभु जी का problem है, मेरा नहीं है. When I say I, it is your problem also. Okay, so why we don't feel loved by Krishna? Because I'm always judging everybody, and especially who are the people we judge very harshly in this world? We judge those who don't give us enjoyment or who promise enjoyment and don't make us happy. See, our foundational thing in the false ego, Mithya Ahankar, is I am the enjoyer. Everybody is supposed to give me enjoyment. I am the best. I am the enjoyer. So this is our operating system, operating principle. Now, when others don't give me enjoyment, I get angry with them. I judge them. I hate them. So this is how I operate. Now I start thinking, Krishna is also like that. I'll give a simple example. Last year around same time, India was playing World Cup cricket, and India won all cricket matches. And final they lost. So in Ahmedabad, lakhs of people had gone to watch. From Bombay also, many people had gone. I can see some of you here on the screen smiling, and I know some of you went there. Now, what happened with many people who went there to watch the match, and when India lost, before the match got over, they left the stadium. Why? Hamara enjoyment chala gaya. Now, who would have been most affected by that loss? The spectators or the players? The player, because they were desperate to win the World Cup. I don't think anybody in the audience was as desperate as the player. But when the players lost, they were sad. They needed you to tell them, I love you, I trust you, you played really well, and you actually won the World Cup. You are the best team. This is what you should have told them. But you didn't tell them that. You told them that you didn't give me enjoyment. I came to enjoy the cricket match. I came to enjoy seeing India win the World Cup final. You didn't give me enjoyment. You are bad. I leave you. And you left and you went away home. So basically, I am the enjoyer. You are supposed to give me enjoyment. This is the neurological wiring in my brain. All the brain cells are operating like this. I am the enjoyer. So then what happens? We see other human beings in our office, at home, in our society. They are also operating like this. And we think, oh, he's also thinking. So we think if I don't give him enjoyment, he will also hate me. Actually, other people may not be like that. But I imagine, because when I don't feel loved by somebody, I think they're also like me only. So I'm enjoyer. If you don't give me enjoyment, I don't like you. He is enjoyer. If I don't give him enjoyment, he doesn't like me. And then we hear Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. We come to Bhagavatam classes, we hear Krishna is always enjoying. Krishna has 6 opulences. Krishna enjoys unlimitedly. So when we think, oh, and we in every class we speak of Krishna is enjoying so much. So I think, and we anyway think I'm enjoyer. So we think, oh, Krishna is also enjoyer like me. So I don't like this Rohit Sharma's cricket team because they didn't give me enjoyment. They failed, so I don't like them because they failed to give me enjoyment. So I'm also failing in my bhakti and I'm not giving enjoyment to Krishna. So Krishna also doesn't like me because I'm always failing. So Krishna doesn't like me. That's why we don't feel liked by Krishna. That's why we don't feel loved by Krishna. This is the way our brains are operating. Actually, when I fail, you know what? If you have failed in your Krishna consciousness in your life, you won't believe it. But I'm not saying deliberately fail, but when you fail, you can actually feel a lot of love from Krishna. Because Krishna is actually telling you it's okay. He's like that Prime Minister after India lost the World Cup final. Prime Minister went inside the dressing room where all the players were sulking and they were like miserable. So he went there, he encouraged. Now you may say it is politics, whatever. For the optics, he did that, whatever the reason. But Krishna is like that Prime Minister who comes to you and encourages you. But we have closed the door. We are telling him, don't come in, don't come in. I have failed. You hate me, I know. Don't come in, don't come to encourage me. Don't come. We think Krishna is like that. We close the doors. We think I'm failure. Nobody loves me. So therefore, we can't hear Krishna's loving reassurance because the world revolves around me. I am the enjoyer. Atmavat manyate jagat. And others don't love me. They won't accept me because I don't give them enjoyment. I don't like them because they don't give me enjoyment. And Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. So he also doesn't like me if I don't give him enjoyment. That's why I can't hear Krishna's love language. So this is the first topic I wanted to present. Why we don't feel loved by Krishna. Now comes the most important, how we can feel loved by Krishna. Start accepting people without judgment. Because this is what Krishna is doing with you. You start doing that with others. Okay, how do you want Krishna to see you? Can you see others the same way? If we start seeing others the same way as Krishna is seeing me, start playing Krishna's role. We are not Krishna, we are servants and servants of servants of servants of gopis, servants of servants of gopis and servants of Krishna. We are like that. But still, we have to play Krishna's role. What does Krishna do? He doesn't judge. And ultimately, we are qualitatively Krishna only, Satchidananda. Quantitatively, we are servants, but qualitatively, we are same. So, if we can love others, we can trust others, you will slowly start feeling Krishna's love in your heart. You will start feeling Krishna also loves you. Krishna also trusts you. And And the time you will really feel loved by Krishna is when you start accepting those who disappoint you. See, if you are a cricket fan and India lost the World Cup, I'm sorry, I'm giving this example again and again just because it is graphic. You go to the team, or if you can tell them, I love you, I trust you, you are the best, even though they have failed, then you will see Krishna telling you the same. See, there are some neurological studies. I want to share this with you. You know what the neuroscientists have done? This is a very important thing. I have heard this from, see, whenever I see something which is, I'm not from science background. If you ever hear me speaking anything scientific, it is not because I'm very learned. I just heard from one very big scientist. My favorite scientist in ISKCON is His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj and Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. And Goswami Maharaj's classes I always hear, and I recommend you also to hear him. He can present the most scientific things in a very simple language, and he's an amazing person. So what I learned from his classes is that there are these nerve cells for the wiring. What happens is what the neuroscientists did. They saw why some people are peaceful, why some people are not happy. So they studied their brain. They saw that those who are peaceful, their brain waves are operating at a lower frequency. So they studied the brain frequency. And they saw that those are stressed, their brain frequencies at a higher level, at a higher hertz, like 15 to 40 hertz at beta waves. So those who are peaceful, their brain waves are lower at alpha, theta, delta, like that. So they studied all this. So then what they did, they stimulated that condition. Therefore, let us reverse this. If those who are peaceful have these brain waves, so to become peaceful, let us create these brain waves in the brain, then you'll become peaceful. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Let's stimulate that. Like, for example, in Hare Krishna movement, we say, okay, you want to go back to spiritual world, you want to create spiritual world here, find out what happens in spiritual world. In spiritual world, everybody is happy. What are the qualities of spiritual world? If you read third canto, you will come to know the psychology of the residents of Vaikuntha, what they think, how they behave. So when you see that, you say, "Acha, Vaikuntha mein aisa hota hai." Okay. So if I do the same things here, I can make this place Vaikuntha. Are you getting it? So we stimulate that situation here. Getting it, no? So similarly, why I'm saying this is, okay, let us use the same logic. To feel Krishna's love, I'm not feeling Krishna's love now. So how do I feel Krishna's love? Let me do with others what Krishna would do with me. That is the logic I'm saying. See, Krishna loves me. Okay, let us first of all understand this from scriptures. Krishna loves us even if we don't love Krishna. All of you know this, right? We have heard this many times. Prabhupada say, Krishna is more desperate that we come to him than we are desperate to go to him, right? So let us try that in this world. Somebody doesn't love you. Can you still give them love? If you can do that, then you will feel Krishna's love. Like, I'll give an example. There was a temple commander, Brahmachari. Now you may think, Brahmachari ashram mein aisa hota hai. See, some secrets I will share here. So there is a temple commander who is a Brahmachari doing service in ISKCON is easy. Getting service done is more difficult. So he is the one who was getting service done. And there was a lot of challenges. So one day, what he told me, Prabhu ji, aapko ye karna hai. Maine kaha, Prabhu, my plate is full. I don't have the bandwidth. I can't manage. So I said no. And he came to me every day, and I was given services by his authorities, his superiors, the temple president. So I was working directly under temple president. So I was basically like temple commander level only. But temple commander had things to be done, and he was telling me, but I said, Prabhu, I cannot do it. So eventually what happened? He stopped talking to me. He started avoiding me because now the kaam ka nahi tha. Actually, he was busy. He was not talking to me because he was busy in his own world. But I started imagining what he doesn't like me because I'm not giving him enjoyment. Remember that paradigm operating. If somebody doesn't do what I like, then I don't like them. Similarly, if I'm not doing something which he likes, then he doesn't like me. So what happened? I started feeling bad in Krishna consciousness also. I started feeling unloved in Krishna consciousness also. So then I had to consciously say, I trust this Prabhuji. We'll give him a name. We'll give this Prabhuji as ABC Das. Okay. I wanted to say Krishna Das, Gauranga Das, Chaitanya Das, but then there will be some brahmachari devotee by that name. So that's ABC Das. So I consciously wrote in my journal, I trust ABC Das. ABC Das, I appreciate him. I started seeing divinity in him. I started seeing good qualities in him consciously. Although my mind was telling me he doesn't like you. So this is a simple example I'm giving. When people don't like us, or when we think people don't like us, if we can still appreciate them, then we will feel loved by Krishna. See, now what I'm telling you right now is not some technique. This is a reality. Krishna is not seeing how much chanting you are doing, how many rounds you are doing. Krishna is not seeing all of that. Krishna knows you are sincere. Krishna is not seeing how many projects you are managing. See, Krishna is not looking at your success in bhakti. Krishna is your fan. Krishna loves you. Krishna is always there in your heart as Paramatma. He has been there with you when you were a pig. He was there with you when you were a demigod. He was there with you all the time when you were an ant, when you were an elephant, when you were a African. All times, in all places, Krishna was there for so many lifetimes. So Krishna is your fan. He loves you. But the problem is you think you are worthy if you are working hard. You think you are worthy if you achieve many things. Your worth is not in your work. Your worth is in who you belong to. You belong to Krishna and therefore you are worthy. Krishna loves you and that is your worth. But the problem is no. When I become a pure devotee, then Krishna will love me. When I become perfect, Krishna will love me. No, we just have to tell Krishna right now, Krishna, whatever nonsense I am, whoever I am yours. And Krishna is Bhakta Vatsal. Krishna will lick, Vatsala, when the calf is born, the cow licks away all the ingredients, all the things that are stuck on the calf's body. Similarly, when we tell Krishna, Krishna, I love you, Krishna will lick away all our sins, all our nonsense that we are. Because we belong to Krishna. So you may say, but Prabhuji, I'm chanting, I'm sleeping in japa, I'm struggling so much, I'm so bad. No! When you are struggling, Krishna is laughing, Krishna is enjoying it because Krishna is saying, Arey Bapre, itna nalayak tha, itne samay se bhakti mein nahi hai. He has come to Krishna consciousness now. Krishna is celebrating. Just like in the stadium when you're watching a cricket match and when your favorite batsman hits a boundary, what do? You start jumping and start dancing. Have you seen? We used to do that also when I used to go to Wankhede Stadium. So people start jumping and dancing. So similarly, Krishna is jumping and dancing to see that you are trying to be a devotee. Krishna is very happy. Srila Prabhupada gives a very famous example in the 6th chapter of the Gita to give you reassurance that Krishna loves you. When that sparrow lost her eggs in the ocean, she told the ocean to return the eggs and the ocean said, get lost. So the sparrow said, okay, you not give me my eggs. So the sparrow decided to dry up the ocean. And everybody started laughing at the sparrow. What a stupid thing, you dry up the ocean with your beaks. But the sparrow kept doing it. Everybody was laughing. And then Garudji became very happy at the determination of this bird. So Garudji went and told the ocean, return the eggs of the sparrow or I'll dry you up. So immediately the ocean got scared and returned the eggs. So similarly, we are like that sparrow. So when we are chanting, hearing, it is like our stupid, foolish attempt to dry up the ocean. Itna material desires heart mein, which is like the ocean water. And by hearing and chanting is like by our beaks, we are trying to remove that desires. What can we do? We can't do anything. And like everybody is laughing at that sparrow, our mind, intelligence, ego is laughing. You rascal, you fool, what chanting you are doing, what you can do. But like that sparrow, we have to keep drying up the ocean. Everybody is laughing, but we keep doing our chanting. We keep coming for satsang. We keep coming for the ABC satsang. We keep serving. Then Krishna is like Garuda. Krishna is saying, Arey wah, maan gaya yaar isko. तो पूरी दुनिया हंस रही है इसके ऊपर, but he is so sincere. So Krishna then drives up our heart. So that timing is Krishna's. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is, if we want to feel that love of Krishna, this is not technique. We have to see that Krishna loves us. Krishna really loves us. So therefore, we have to give that feeling to others, that I love you. I love you. I trust you. I don't judge you. I accept you. Even if you don't like me, I know that you are sincere. You are serving Krishna. Because of you serving Krishna, you're not having time for me. That's okay. You are dear to Krishna. So when we can forgive people of this world and not see them as objects of my enjoyment, then I can see Krishna loving me. See, if I stop seeing people as my objects of enjoyment, and if I start seeing myself as their servant, and if I trust them, then I will also see Krishna loving me. See, what is the practical application of all of this? I'm talking simple. Write a prayer or speak it out, or in the mind, offer love, offer blessings to those who have disappointed you in your life. Try this. Or those who don't like you, or those people you think they don't like you, offer a prayer for them. Because, actually Krishna is in the servant of servant mood. And that is why he's always there for us. So we also have, this quality of non-judgmental acceptance is very dear to Krishna. And when we practice that quality, Krishna is happy that we are speaking his love language. So when we speak Krishna's language, Krishna's love we can hear. So therefore, I request you, the assembled devotees, if you are carrying this big burden of judging others, release that burden. 100 kg का पत्थर निकाल दो सर से. Feel light. Become accepting of others, even those who are not giving you bhav, those who don't respect you, those who don't appreciate you. If you can appreciate even those who don't appreciate you or glorify you, then we will feel Krishna's love in our heart. I would like to end with one quality of Lord Ram. One of the qualities Lord Ram has is he is called Purva Bhashi. Purva Bhashi means, in our relationships, sometimes we feel, oh, he's not talking to me. Why I should talk? Let him talk first. Then I will talk. Have you felt like that? That ego level is there. Sometimes we don't talk to another person because he's not talking. But Lord Ram was, when somebody would see him and he would see somebody, Lord Ram would himself go and talk to that person first. He would not wait for that person to talk to him. That is called Purva Bhashi. Means he was the first one to start conversation. Generally, when you have a stiff upper lip, you want the other person to start the conversation. So Lord Ram is Purva Bhashi. I will talk. Even if he doesn't like me, even if he doesn't talk. Similarly, Krishna is like that. So we have to be like that. Even if somebody doesn't like me, I like him. I pray for that person. So when we have this mood, then we can experience Krishna's presence in our life. So to conclude, I spoke 2 topics today. Why we don't feel loved by Krishna. And we don't feel loved by Krishna because of this feeling that I am the enjoyer. And when I am the enjoyer, I think Krishna is also like that. When I am the enjoyer, I don't like people who don't give me enjoyment. Similarly, I think Krishna also will not like me when I don't give him enjoyment. But we have to understand that Krishna loves me. Krishna's love language is non-judgmental acceptance. If I can start loving people who disappoint me in this world, then I will also start feeling Krishna's love in my heart. Although I think my mind tells me that I'm disappointing Krishna. So practical application, how can we feel loved by Krishna? By actually practicing non-judgmental acceptance of others who make mistakes in this world and giving them love and sending blessings to them. When we do that, we can hear Krishna's love in our heart. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Now I want to open this forum for corrections, comments, questions. Very good.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So we have question. So I'll just unmute Abhinav Prabhuji.
I'm audible?
Yes.
Please
go ahead.
Thank you for such a wonderful talk. My query is that in case of conflict, in that case, we try to appreciate, but we tend to become diplomatic in the sense that we don't feel appreciation in our heart, but we do it. So there is it's I'm speaking which is not there in my heart. So we tend to become diplomatic. So that actually leads to more problems in future. But you talk about sincerely appreciating others from the heart. So till we don't have that feeling, so what should we do?
See, we are all work in progress. Right? See, you know what you are asking me right now is that, okay, I'll ask you a question. Is it that everybody in this world you feel no appreciation?
No, it's not like that. But
Wait. There are some people you really appreciate, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So with some people you have to be diplomatic, but some people you really appreciate, right? So focus on those you really appreciate.
Okay.
And think how you are working on that. And with some you have to be diplomatic. Our problem is what, we immediately go to the difficult question. See, when we were children, we used to study in exam in school. Our teachers used to say, mathematics teacher used to say, before the exam, attempt the simple questions first.
Good.
Difficult questions baad mein. But after coming to Hare Krishna, we do the ulta. We want to solve the difficult questions first. We want to do what is difficult. Prabhuji, how to forgive those who have abused me? Arey, theek hai yaar, chodo. Pehle forgive those who have helped you. And you still are not able to forgive them. Prabhu, how to appreciate those who are criticizing me? Arey, first we appreciate those who are appreciating you. See, we always want to do the difficult things first. So what I'm saying is, okay, there are people you really appreciate, right? You appreciate them. Be nice with them. Be authentic. Be vulnerable with them. More and more. And with some people, you have to be diplomatic because that is the way of this world. And that is work. That you can't develop overnight love for everyone, but you can practice. You can practice slowly. And if some people, you are diplomatic, then in your private moments, when you're alone with the Lord, you can share this with the Lord, that I was diplomatic. I don't really feel love for this person, but I'm just saying nice things because I have to be nice. I have to be polite. So it's not actually what you do externally. Externally, you can even avoid that person just to create some semblance. But internally, you can always send a blessing. See, I don't want to get into details of my own personal life, but there are people whom I avoid, not because I don't like them, but I feel it is best for all parties. So they are irritated, they are angry. So ठीक है, दूर रहो यार उनसे, उनकी खुशी के लिए. But in my heart, I don't carry grudges. So the point is not external behavior, but internal. Is that okay, Abhinav Prabhu?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Shivam Prabhu, who is the next?
Yeah. So I think we'll take one more question from Suryakanti Kurpe Mataji, I think.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. Prabhuji, I'm very sorry you'll be asking a very silly question. You went a little quickly with the concept of worth. You said your worth is not in your work, your worth is in whom you belong to. Could you please explain that a little more?
Okay. I'll repeat this sentence. Your worth is not in your work. Your worth is in who you belong to. Okay, let us break this. What is your work? Okay, I am earning so much money. I have a big house. I'm doing so much. So from childhood, we have been taught that you're worthy if you earn so much crores of rupees. You're worthy if you do so. And then we get this tendency in ISKCON also. I'm worthy because I'm the temple president. I'm worthy because I'm managing so many projects. I'm worthy because I have so many disciples. So that is not our worth. The second part of the sentence was, you're worthy because who you belong to. Who do you belong to? You belong to Krishna. And yes, I am fallen. Yes, I am sinful. Yes, I am bad. But Krishna loves me. And that is why I am worthy.
Okay.
See, Krishna's love for me is much greater than all the nonsense I am. That is the point I am trying to make.
I got it, Prabhuji.
We are nonsense. But Krishna's love is million times more better, more than my nonsense. So if we connect to that, then we will feel worthy even though we have failed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, Shivam Prabhu.
Prabhuji, there is also one question from Abhijit Gupta Prabhu.
Okay.
So he says, I do tend to have multiple thoughts and start overthinking, and I believe journaling can help me a lot, like writing and documenting everything. So how can I learn more about journaling like you do? I love to write my thoughts, emotion, learnings, everything that I think like you do, Prabhuji. So how do I do that?
So I have given a lecture in London a few months ago. It's a 3-hour workshop on journaling. I think it is uploaded on my website on the YouTube channel. So maybe I wish Govind Prem Prabhu can share the link with you. And there I've explained different types of journaling I do. Just like if you ask a good cook, we'll share the link on the group. Govind Prem is saying. So just like there a good cook will tell you that okay, I can teach you how to make khichdi, pizza, dosa. So there is a menu card. So many items are there, and one day you cook, one day you eat pizza, one day you cook dosa, like that. Similarly, I've got 13 types of journaling. One day I do a blessing journal. Last 2 days I'm writing offering journal. There's a new journaling I discovered. So there are different types of journaling. I've shared all of that, most of that in this workshop. So you attend that workshop. If you like some of them, you can start practicing and you'll get benefits. But writing is an extremely powerful tool. It has therapeutic benefits. Okay, Andrew Huberman is a neurobiologist, the neuroscientist from Stanford, and his YouTube podcasts are very popular. He's not a Hare Krishna devotee, and he was not at all into journaling. And when I saw his podcast, I was shocked. I think last week I saw he has got a 3-hour podcast on journaling, and he's talking about all the scientific research which has proved how writing helps to improve your blood pressure, remove your arthritis problem. Well, it's ridiculous how writing can help. So I was amazed by his presentation because he thinks logically and scientifically. Anyway, so yes, continue writing. And this forum is not the best forum to share all the different, because once I start on journaling, then it will take me 1 hour minimum because it's my field, it's my love. So I may speak a long time, but you go through that, and then if there are questions, we can take it up. I can also talk to you privately on this, on journaling later. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So Hare Krishna, there is a question from Aditya Malhotra Prabhu from Delhi. So I'll just ask him to unmute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the wonderful.
Your voice is low. Can you be a little louder? Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. Prabhuji, I had a question. So, like you mentioned that, how do we see our worth, and how we can see that Krishna loves me? So, how do we balance this? Our effort to grow more in terms of tangible contribution in Krishna consciousness versus being like satisfied that Krishna loves me. So, if I'm too satisfied or casual, yeah, Krishna loves, I don't really need to improve my, at least the external worth or what I'm contributing. So how do we really balance that and not go in either direction? Like one of
Beautiful.
the theme is balance.
Yeah, this is a beautiful question, Aditya Prabhu. Thank you for sharing this. See, our problem, this is the mind cheating you right now. This is how the mind has cheated you. See, we think when we feel loved by Krishna, we'll become lazy. Isn't that what you're thinking? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You are
maybe.
thinking Krishna is like somebody of this world. Arey, when Krishna tells you, I love you, and if you feel loved by Krishna, you will jump, you will do 10 times more seva. I'm giving a very crude example. If some person in this material world you like her, you love some lady, and you tell her, or she tells you, I love you. लोग क्या बोलते हैं, आपके प्यार में मैं चांद तारे तोड़ के लाऊंगा, ऐसे बोलते हैं कि नहीं? What all they speak in love? What all people do in love? They claim to do so much. Love makes people do impossible, unimaginable things. I had one boy in our program in Mumbai, extremely shy. He's always, and he was like very, he's like a very shy girl in a boy's body. He would always be like, Hare Krishna Prabhu. And one day somebody told him to sit somewhere else in the Prasadam hall. He started crying because he was very super sensitive boy. For so many years he was coming from my class. I used to think about him. ये लड़का कभी ये नौकरी करेगा क्या? Will he get a job? Will he get married ever? I used to think about him like that. What will happen to his life? Then one day I didn't see him coming for the program. For 6 months he was not coming. And during those days we didn't have mobile phones. I didn't know where he was. And after 6 months, one day I saw him in the temple. He was like this. सीना थाम के खड़ा था. Hare Krishna Prabhu. I thought, अरे ये वही लड़का है. I said, what happened? He said, Prabhu, I'm sorry, 6 months I was not there, but I will start attending every week, Prabhu. Thank you. But a lot of things happened in my life. What happened? He said, Prabhu, I got married. Married? So 6 months, where were you? He said, Prabhu, actually I was in love with this girl. Our parents were refusing. So I kidnapped her. We ran away. And then we went to Mayapur. So we were madly in love. Our parents were refusing. She told me a whole dramatic story. So then I realized, अरे बाप रे, प्यार में आदमी क्या क्या कर देता है. He was in love with her. This shy boy became a brave lion. So imagine, because this girl must have told him something, उसका भी प्यार बढ़ गया होगा, मतलब ecstasy आ गया होगा उसको. So I'm just thinking, if one ordinary girl of this world tells you she loves you and you are doing so much for her, imagine if you feel Krishna's love in your heart, what you will do. It's unimaginable. The sky is the limit. So this is the first point. Don't think Krishna's love will make you lazy. Second, in case your mind is cheating you, start practicing gratitude. When you practice gratitude, then you will never be lazy because you will want to reciprocate with the person who is giving you so many gifts. Is that okay, Aditya Prabhu?
Yes, thank you.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna. So, yeah, we'll ask now Kiran Borecha Mataji to unmute herself and ask the question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Again, the question is based on the self-worth. So, how do I internalize this that, Krishna loves me or I'm worthy because I belong to Krishna? Because in the background, there's like almost like a programming running of the mind, saying these things that my worth is in the work and, all of those stories that probably has taken 33 years I've taken to like believe and confirm these stories over the period of 33 years. So how do I internalize this that Krishna, my worth is because Krishna loves me or because I belong to Krishna?
Yeah, I told you already in the class what you could do. You could start appreciating others in this world. Start actually, even those who don't appreciate you or those who are like, they don't tell you much about you. There are people who don't give us bhav, right? If you can still respect them, appreciate them, see good in them consciously. But the more we see divinity around us, the more we appreciate people around us, more we will feel Krishna's appreciation for us. This is very, very important. And this is one way. Then second, to feel worthy, you could start writing. Don't do it every day and don't do it whole day. But please write at least one page about all the good things you have done in life so far. Don't tell me you have done nothing good in your life. You are a great mother. I know you. Your daughter is so sweet. So when I see her, I know, अच्छा फल अच्छे पेड़ से आता है. So you are the best. That's why your daughter is like that. So your daughter, Surbhi, so you are a great mother. So you can write how you are raising your daughter, how nice you are as a mother. Write about you being a daughter. Write about your life. Write how you are a wonderful person. Write something good about yourself. Now you may say, Prabhuji, is a false pride aayega. So then you write gratitude, then you won't become proud. See, gratitude will, self-love and self-appreciation is bad if there is no gratitude. If there is gratitude, then self-love will not lead to false pride. But I'm not saying every day praise yourself. Only when you're depressed and you are feeling nobody loves me, then you can, then you can once in a while feel worthy by writing about the good things you've done in life. But then it's important to see that it's important to remember, at least philosophically and intellectually, that Krishna loves me regardless of what I achieve, what I do. And this wiring of many, many lifetimes, actually, it's not just this 33 years of your life in this body. Therefore, it takes practice. It takes like-minded association. That's the reason why we created this ABC community, because my heart is totally wrenched when I see devotees who are doing really well in their bhakti, but they are, in one community I went to one house. Prabhuji, we are very grateful we got shelter in this community, but we are so fallen, Prabhuji. We don't come for Mangalarati. Please bless us. We can come. We are so bad, Prabhuji. So I told them it's okay. I encouraged them. I went to next house. Prabhuji, we are attending Mangalarati every day. Everything is good in our life. But Prabhuji, we are so bad. Prabhuji, we are not doing much seva in temple. So then I encouraged them. No, you are doing nice. You are fine. Then I went to next house. Prabhuji, we are doing seva. We go for Mangalarati also. But Prabhuji, we have no taste for reading Prabhupada books. We are so fallen. I said, no, you are not fallen. You are nice. So I saw everybody was unhappy. Like, see, there will always be something which will be lacking, right? So be happy in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Have you gone to Vrindavan temples? This Nandagaon or even Gokul Mahavan? If you go, when you enter the temple, the pandas tell you, haso, laugh, clap your hands, say Hari Bol, Nand ke Lala ki jai, be happy. When you come in front of the Lord, you're supposed to be happy. So chant Hare Krishna and be happy. There are two instructions here. So be happy about who you be worthy. You belong to Krishna. You're doing so much service. And you're such a nice person. So when I see myself like that and I come in front of Krishna, then you will feel happy in bhakti. But if you say I'm bad, look, the subconscious mind, what does it know? What it does? What do bad people do? Good things or bad things? Bad people do good things or bad things? Bad thing, because that's why they are bad. So if you say I'm bad, then subconsciously you are convinced you are a bad person. So as a bad person, you will do good thing or bad thing? You do bad thing. That means the very thing that you want to avoid, your subconscious inner dialogue will reinforce that very behavior which you seek to overcome. That's how the mind tricks you. So instead of that, practice gratitude and practice self-worth. Is that okay? Hare Krishna.
So we have next Nitai Nateshwar Prabhu from UAE. So we will request him to unmute and he can ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. Firstly, I can't thank you enough for bringing this community of ABC. Something very much required, and I was also feeling the same thing. That like you mentioned in your beginning of the class that you went to various places and you saw there are places where devotees are getting this kind of feeling. I'm one of them. I also felt after getting some position in the yatra in a congregation, after doing so many services within so many years, I suddenly into the arena into the phase where I feel I have lost my basics. So when you said brilliant in basics, that was like hitting the sixer on the first ball. I felt very much connected with that. And while I was doing that, I remember one more thing, that I heard your journaling sessions that you did in London. So after that, I started practicing a little bit of journaling. But what happened to me was that after doing it for some time, I lost the momentum with that. So I today feel very much deeply regretful that why I stopped that. So I did it for like 15-16 days in a row, and all of a sudden I am not able to reconnect with that journaling. So how I can maintain the consistency in my journaling, and how I can reuse. One of the reason I feel is probably I did the journaling, but I am not able to take enough benefits out of it. So I would like to understand that, Prabhuji, that how I can take benefits so that I remain connected with that and I do it very consistently.
These are teething problems. When we start any new good habit, there will always be challenges. You will slip. Just rise and do it again next day. You may not be able to do every day. Just like, I can't go for my jogging every day. One day you need a break. So you can't write every day. It's okay. You wrote for 16 days, then you didn't write for 2-3 days. It's okay. Then, Prabhupada was Tamal Krishna Maharaj. There is a pastime in Lilamrit. Prabhupada, Tamal Krishna Maharaj is saying, Prabhupada, you should write. You are writing so many books for Krishna. Now, last few days, you're not writing. So Prabhupada said, there is sometimes writing and there is sometimes break. Now I am not writing. It's okay. So it's okay. You are not writing journaling. So don't be harsh on yourself. Okay. But chanting every day you do, please.
Yes.
Don't say I will not chant now.
No break on chanting. Yes,
don't take it out of context. Okay.
Sure. Thank you
Hare
so much.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we have next Shivang Tanna Prabhu. So I'll request him to unmute and ask question. Shivang Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. So Prabhu, my question is, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
So my question is, when you, Prabhu, talk about non-judgmental attitude, why does it become so difficult? Because in every small aspect of our life, even if we want to buy a cell phone, we have to decide what is good, what is bad for me. If I want to eat food, I have to decide what is good, what is bad for me, right? And plus, outside ISKCON, even if we are in the office, we have to be sometimes managerial to decide what is good, what is bad for me. So this attitude is going to stick to my mind always. So then how it becomes a big challenge to be non-judgmental always. So,
No. See, there are two levels. There are layers, Prabhu. Shivang Prabhu, there are layers.
yeah.
At the body, at the outer layer, you have to discriminate, you have to decide, you have to do things. But a person, behind that layer is also a person. There's another aspect. So you have to see their aspiration. You have to see at the core, this person is sincere, this person is nice. That is what I meant. See, I'll tell you, when Indian army was fighting the Kargil war against Pakistan, so India lost many soldiers and all. That's a long story. But Pakistan, because of their own challenges, they wanted to prove that ego that we are better than India, whatever. So they did not own up many of their dead bodies of their soldiers. So then Indian army gets Maulvis from Delhi in helicopter to Kargil to perform the final rites for Pakistani soldiers. So Indian army honors them. You will say, so it's not judging them, you're fighting them. And then Indian army writes a letter to Pakistan government saying that these following soldiers from your army fought really well. So you give them your equivalent of Paramveer Chakra, Ashok Chakra that we have in our army as honorary. So basically there's nothing personal against them. It is that they are fighting for a cause. They are nice people, they are human beings. Humanity big, insaniyat big cheez hota hai. So similarly, yes, you have to buy certain things, you have to fight. Arjuna was shooting arrows, so you have to also shoot arrows, you have to fight. But behind that is a soul. Behind that is a soul who's gone away from Krishna. So I'm appealing to your ability to see beyond the body-mind dynamics.
Yeah, but the problem is, even if we see it on the surface level, like in the meetings, if we are pointing out somebody's mistake, people take it very personally. So even if we try to silently be non-judgmental, not see beyond our apparent differences, but the relationship gets spoiled because that person doesn't. And then, that disturbs us.
Yeah, that will disturb you because that's material world. You'll not have perfect relationships here.
Yeah.
It's not Vaikuntha. In Vaikuntha, that's a different. Otherwise, you'll want to be in the material world, Prabhu, if you get all this sorted nicely. If you had a perfect plan, perfect package, then why will we want to go back to Krishna?
Yeah.
So this will happen, but I'll tell you in the long run. See, I have experienced that in relationships, Prabhu. With my most sincere intention, I have been grossly misunderstood. Not misunderstood, grossly means serious allegations have been made against me sometime, and I'm like, how can this be? मैं तो उल्टा सोचा था. If I start getting depressed, this is a very important point. One of the reasons why devotees get into depression is because we keep asking why it happened like that, why this happened, why devotees are like this. Stop asking why sometimes. Ask what should I do now to improve my relationship? What should I do now to make my life better? What should I do now to come closer to Krishna? What should I do now to experience love of Krishna? Why I don't feel love of Krishna? Why my mind is troubling me? So you should know when not to ask why.
Yeah.
Introspection many times has increased depression in people because they don't know how to do introspection. They do introspection the wrong way by asking why. We should ask what in introspection also. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we'll request Leela Madhuri Das Prabhu to unmute from Bangalore. Yes, Prabhu, you can.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Pranams. Actually, my wife wanted to ask a question. She's beside me. She's asking.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. My question is, you said we have to trust others. Like you wrote in the journal, I trust ABC Das. So when we know the intention of someone who is hurting us already, how we can trust and still be in that relationship? Because it's not easy to give love to someone when we lose that trust.
Yeah, it's difficult. But as I said in the beginning, start with something easy and Krishna will give you the strength to solve these difficult questions. Start trusting or appreciating those who have not hurt you. Then Krishna will help you trust those who Krishna will help you appreciate those who have betrayed your trust also. I'm not saying trust in the sense of blindly allowing yourself to be cheated. I'm just saying learning to forgive and move on. Forgive doesn't mean, okay, you continue an abusive relationship. That is not what I meant by forgiveness. Forgiveness means you forgive a person, but also make that person pay for the crime. The sense you have to do what is needed for the mind, body to be sane and to be healthy. But at the core, see, justice is also needed. Justice is to help you heal the past wounds, and forgiveness is to help you go forward. So when I speak about forgiveness, I'm talking about going forward. But I'm not saying you should not have justice or you should not solve problems, because that solving helps you to remove the past pain. So therefore, please don't mix up everything and don't think this is a certificate or this is a clarion call for all of us to allow ourselves to be abused and treated like a doormat. No. If somebody has betrayed your trust, then you have to disconnect or you have to do the needful. You have to get your justice done. But if you want to move forward, you'll have to eventually release them and give them love in your heart.
Prabhuji, my husband also has a question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Like in Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, 19th verse, divine and demoniac natures. There is one verse like those who are envious and mischievous, who are lowest among men, I perpetually cast into the ocean of material existence, into various demoniac species of life. So this verse appears to be like a little harsh kind of a verse. So how do we understand Krishna's love in the context of today's class? How do we understand this? Can you please?
You understand it by understanding that verse in that context. वो context देखो. That is not a judgment. That is at that particular. See, when Krishna is speaking about the demoniac nature, na, Krishna is saying, मैं उनको नरक में डाल दूंगा, ऐसा कर दूंगा. Because it is not because Krishna hates them. It is because their actions lead to that conclusion. But the same Krishna has also said that is always there in the heart as Paramatma. Sarvascha mridi sannivishto. The same Gita, Krishna also says that he is always accompanying us. Ishvara sarvabhutanam mriddesha arjuna tishtati. Krishna is always there. And the Kathopanishad, Mundakopanishad explains, Samane vrikshe purusho nimagno. Nishaya shochati muyamana. Krishna is always there in the heart. He's waiting for you to just turn to him once and say, I love you. But because in that context, 16th chapter is demoniac nature, Krishna is explaining in detail. So he says, I'm going to cast them. This is like, to shake you. See, when you're speaking passionately about a topic, you say, Terko main jaan se maar dunga. That doesn't mean you actually want to kill him. So that anger. So Krishna is in that space now. So you must say, then why Krishna is released the Sudarshan Chakra to kill Shishupal? See, there is rasa also in the scripture. It is not simply a philosophical, it's not a lawyer. You can't quote Bhagavad Gita like a lawyer always. There is rasa also. Krishna is also a person. He has feelings, he has emotions. He's speaking emotionally to Arjuna. So when emotionally you're talking, you may say some things you should know. Acha, this is not Krishna the person. That's why we have Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Otherwise, this word sentence can be taken completely out of context. इतना सारा कृष्णा ने प्यार का बातें बोला है वो हम भूल जाएंगे और इसके ऊपर जूम करेंगे. This is out of anger, like one husband and wife, I know they're going through a divorce, a lot of issues in the relationship, but you cherry pick. This is called cherry picking. Oh, my husband told me before marriage that he will give up meat and all this, and this. Now he's saying I've stopped him from clubbing. He wants to go and he wants to drink liquor. That is why I want to break the relationship. So when you confront him, he says, I said this after 5 years because she told me so much in the last 2 weeks that I got angry. So I said, I want to go and drink liquor. He doesn't want to do that. But emotions bhi hota hai na relationship mein. So Arjuna ke saath Krishna is talking about demoniac nature. So in that, he's saying, I'll hurl them, I'll throw them, like that. Somebody has asked me a question. Oh, Krishna is saying surrender to that Lord. But that means somebody other than Krishna. No, that Lord is Krishna only. It's like, sometimes we say, parents tell the child, अरे माँ बाप का बात सुना करो बच्चा, तो माँ बाप वही है, बाप वही है, वो बोल रहा है कभी. But that is a way of expressing emotions. So when the father says, listen to your father, he is not telling the child to go and listen to somebody else. Similarly, when Krishna says, I cast them, it's not that he actually cast them. That's not spoken out of evil intention. That's spoken out of emotion. But the same Krishna wants to pick us up also. Okay.
In your talk, in your talk, you mentioned about that scientist thing, alpha wave thing. Did you complete that, or you wanted to say further on that? Anything?
No, whatever I wanted to say, I said that. There is more I can speak on it, though. Okay. I have studied it in some detail, but it's not needed. That is the context. I was giving example of how neuroscientists have explained that you can reverse. You can create certain brain waves to become peaceful. Like peaceful people have brain waves, this kind of brain waves. So we can create those brain waves to become peaceful. Similarly, we are not feeling Krishna's love in our heart. So we can start doing what Krishna is doing, so that we can start feeling Krishna's love in our heart, like that.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So we have Priyanka from London. Please go ahead and ask the question.
Hi, Krishna Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for these sessions. I'm really grateful to you for this. So my question was that it's basically about judgment. And I'll be honest, I really judge a lot. It's as simple as like, you've been to the Soho temple. So when we go to the Soho temple, on the way, we have I really come across a lot of people smoking. And you just can't walk behind people. It feels very uncomfortable. So, it's very uncomfortable. Even I feel very uncomfortable judging them. And it kind of makes me really angry. Simple breathing becomes very difficult on the way to the temple. And here I'll be having my beat bag chanting. But in spite of you doing these things, you're still very judgmental and angry about people who are having such habits. So how do you really not judge them?
Hare Krishna.
But they're exactly.
Sorry, Priyanka. Can we wait for 1 minute? I think Vraja Bihari Prabhu's internet.
I think his internet gone down. Just hold for
the
the
temple.
No.
Yeah, I think some issue with the temple. Yeah.
Okay, just 1-2 minutes. Let me connect.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, I'm sorry I lost all of you because inexplicably electricity went off, all internet connection went off, so now I'm on hotspot. Hare Bol, I'm back. I'm sorry for the delay. Priyanka was saying something about she's constantly judging Soho Street, somebody is smoking, and that's where I lost you.
Yeah. So 1 second, if she can speak, give me 1 second to check.
Yes. Hi, Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, Prabhu, I really don't want to judge because it's a very uncomfortable feeling for myself as well. Because it's constantly there's an internal battle in me as well. I'm okay, they might have their own reasons to smoke and do whatever, but their actions are directly affecting me. I'm not normal breathing. You can't normally breathe on the streets. So eventually what happens, then I'm cribbing about it to my husband. And then he's I don't know how he manages not to judge them, but then he's it's okay. They want to do it, they do it. but then I don't know how to do that. And
It's
I'm
okay to
really
judge them.
angry.
No. Don't judge yourself for judging them. It's okay. I mean, you're a human.
Yeah.
You are judging yourself for judging. I mean, it's natural. Even if I was in a place, I would have also gone. I would have freaked out. Somebody is smoking and disturbing me. थोड़ा गाली देने का, बाद में भूल जाने का, then move on. And the idea is not that. See, when you say non-judgment, it doesn't mean 100. You get 100 out of 100. You begin somewhere. See, I spoke about the ideal stage of a pure devotee who is always non-judgmental and always blissful and all of that. You're not there as yet. So you start getting 1 out of 100, then 2 out of 100, then one day you'll get 100 out of 100. So right now, maybe you are 85 or 90. 90 times you're not judging. 10 things you can't stop judging. It's okay. It's okay. Don't judge yourself for judging them. It's okay. Also, it helps to see these people who are smoking as, unfortunate. See them with compassion. They are better than me as devotees. It's just that they are right now. I'm more fortunate than them. But if they were to become devotees, they would be better than me. So they are smoking. It's unfortunate. Just look at them with compassion. They're suffering. See them as suffering souls. But yeah, you're not perfect. You're not pure. It's okay to be who you are. And it's okay to give a mouthful and release your frustrations to your husband. That's I think rasa of Grihastha life. I mean, imagine in the Grihastha life you have no gossip, no talking, always non-judgmental. You are like going around with a halo around your head and peaceful, evolved sadhus. That will be like, I think you're expecting too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
Actually,
you.
honestly, I would love to. Sorry, you want to say something more, Priyanka?
Oh, no problem. Please carry on. Sorry.
Okay. I'm really sorry. I need to rush for something else. It's 6:30. So, Shivam Prabhu, can you conclude today and we'll meet again soon?
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
I want to apologize for those who raised their hands and I couldn't take your questions. My sincere apologies. Hare Krishna.